Gemini, your June reading, and this is what it looks like to me. You're hatching some sort of a getaway plan and how you are going to basically escape this month and broaden your horizons. The Queen of Swords is telling me that you're coming from a really based place. It was just like time after time you were proven right about your instincts, right about that person. Everything that you were thinking, Gemini, you're right on point. You've seen the truth, you've seen the light. You've had to put boundaries in place around certain people's energy. Now 7 of Swords in June sees you hatching some sort of a plan. And this plan looks like you want to get away from something or away with something without really being noticed. And it seems for some that a real urge for escape and freedom and is really building for you. But also the 3 of Wands is telling me that by the end of June, you have a route out in front of you, a way to go, an expansive direction that feels really right for you, but also feels very liberating. Let's start pulling some more cards and let's see what this is all about. Okay, so you may have recently been dealing with a Libra or another air sign, and there's been a lot of clarifying truth around this relationship. But I think we'll go deeper into the Queen of Swords now and see, Gemini, where you're coming from. What's been revealed to you, Gemini? What has that necessary truth looked like for you? The 6 of Swords. So situations that have been causing you stress and triggering the crap out of you have recently started to become resolved, and you've started to be able to manage them. You may have had to call in some support from family, 10 of Pentacles, from the corporation you work for, from HR, or from your romantic partner, somebody coming through, even a family figure, a parent or something like that. You've had to call in some support, and that is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's showing that this is a way to accomplish your goals by calling in this success. And recently you've moved away from some pretty cold people and people that have not given you the love that you deserve or even see you for who you truly are. So let's have a look at the people that you've been separating yourself from, Gemini. Oh. Perhaps that's a Taurus, perhaps it's Libra. Let's see what these people, this person, this situation that you've recently removed yourself from and placed a boundary there, what has this all been about and why is this happening? The 10 of Swords, no more, right? It was becoming unbearable for you, and it was kind of dark and it was scary at times, and this was an unhealthy situation, and you saw the light and saw that something really needed to change in a more final way. King of Cups in reverse. Somebody may have been deceiving you. They had told you everything you wanted to hear at the start, how wonderful of a person they are, and that it basically sounded like everything that you could have ever dreamed of. But the King of Cups was deceptive and manipulative because they worked hard to understand what it was that you needed, Gemini, or wanted to hear, and in a way even exploited that. So what's happened recently is super necessary, it seems, because now that you're in Queen of Swords energy, you've started to embody that recently, and you're bringing that into June, that you have strong boundaries in place. Your anger at this situation is almost healthy, and it's manifesting in you putting yourself first and protecting your own energy. Now, people have helped you through this, and you have a great support system, but it's been sort of daunting. And 10 of Swords, it was very hard for you to deal with this situation, especially if there was a deceptive person involved who you even maybe had feelings for or really developed some sort of a bond with. That's all the more disappointing, and that's what you're moving away from, at least, Gemini, and it was a situation that almost really had to give. Okay, 7 of Swords, you're hatching a plan in June. Let's look into that a little more. You are being smart, you're savvy, you're organized this month. You have a strategy in place. the Knight of Wands. And that's that escape again I'm seeing. These cards were at the bottom of the deck earlier. The Knight of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So this is this catching your plan to get out of town, to get out of Dodge, to get away with your mission. And it involves you having to act really quick this month, striking while the iron is hot, keeping your eye on the prize, knowing the direction you're going, continuously following that direction, saying yes, Gemini, when it feels right to say yes this month. Okay, so this month you're hatching a plan, or you're coming up with some sort of a scheme, and I don't necessarily mean that in any sneaky way. It's for you, it's to better yourself, it's to move quickly. For some of you, this is going to be a general message. I hope that this represents some sort of a getaway or liberation for you from a very dangerous situation or something that's been very difficult. The Six of Swords telling me you have some guidance and support. It's almost like you're being led to safety for some of you. So for some of you, you're making more of a necessary getaway plan this month ahead. The Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands. All right, the Knight of Wands rather. So you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, and if so, this is something to do with a sudden change in direction around that relationship. So where are you off to in June, Gemini? If you are hatching some get out of town plan, or are you just away on a trip or an excursion? Maybe to the water, the Queen of Cups and the Moon card. Maybe some of you are planning to do some sort of a moonlit ceremony or a beach gathering or something by the river or the water, and that looks really beautiful and creative. Some of you are planning some sort of a spiritual getaway where you're doing some healing, or in fact you are stepping into the embodiment of the healer in this energy coming up. Overall, as corny as it sounds, you're headed towards something like better acceptance for yourself, greater sense of self-love as represented with the Queen of Cups, and kind of coming back to your own home and safety that you've created for yourself, the home within yourself. Okay, what else have we got going on in June? So what are you going to be looking at in terms of some sort of a highlight this month? The Hermit card. So it's a journey, a solo journey that has to be taken, and this can be very literal. You get yourself into your car or on your motorbike and away you go into the horizon. It could be as literal as that, but the journey that has to be made one way or another this month is something to do with yourself, your own individual journey, and relying on yourself, learning about yourself, and realizing that the answers are found within. Interactions between women this month seem to be pretty positive. Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. You're able to link with somebody, I see it as a feminine energy, that's able to almost bring out something in you that you admire in them, and it's really just a reflection of yourself. The Hermit card tells me, as it is the only major arcana card so far, that the big lesson in June is going within to discover the answers, Gemini. Even if you have to take some sort of a pause in your great escape plan, you have to pause a vacation, you have to pause something that you really want to do, it may come up that there is something that you are not, you haven't learned yet that's really breaking through for you this month. Is there anything that, Gemini, you can surrender this month? Is there anything that's ready to be released? The Nine of Swords, that's Mars and Gemini. If you're watching with the Mars and Gemini, this message may be extra important to you. Look at all these worries and anxieties, right? In the Ten of Swords, we're just imagining every dreadful scenario possible, and we've lost control of our mind. When it reverses, we have almost decided to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves and say, hang on a minute, I'm going to control some of my thoughts, and based on experience, these things have never happened before. I'm kind of just making them up in my mind. Of course, there are some of our anxieties that do manifest into reality, but oftentimes the Nine of Swords is here to remind us, especially in reverse, that these issues probably won't even crop up. So the Nine of Swords in reverse, you're ready to surrender a lot of these anxieties and fears that you've been holding. It's safe to let them go. Some of you have issues at the moment with a romantic relationship of yours. All of these cards here in reverse, Ace of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Two of Cups. You're having an issue in your romantic relationship, but some of that can be let go of if possible for you, but it is a card of surrendering with the Nine of Swords, worries about these relationships in a bigger way. So as you end the month of June, your horizons have broadened at this point. So much more is now possible for you and well within reach. In fact, by the end of the month, some of you have gotten a nice, handsome return on exactly what it is that you've been seeking. Let's look at the Three of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. So you may be aware that this expansion isn't coming in like a windfall, like you can't just cope. It's coming really steadily for you, very manageable for you. And the growth is very much enduring. It's not flash in the pan. The Knight of Pentacles tells me that the expansion that you're experiencing, be it travel, learning, interaction with others, new job, new relationship, you are on a journey that way in the end of the month, and it's a slow and steady wins the race kind of journey. For some, this solo trip is going to be a long one. You're taking some time to yourself, Gemini, whether that's a literal trip or the journey that you're embarking on now to expand your own horizons is going to be something that you're going to have to persevere with, keep going with. When the Hanged One represents some sort of a limbo situation here, it can be very easy, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, to lose focus and lose sight of the goal when we're perceived to be in some sort of a limbo phase. Don't fear in the presence of the Hanged Man energy, which will feel sometimes like this is going nowhere fast, it's not getting off the ground, why am I stuck here? It seems like nothing's happening either way. The Hermit and the Hanged Man like each other in that sense. They both are pretty reflective and they both are gaining wisdom, valuable perspective and knowledge that really nobody else can help them with. The Hermit, sure, you can do your own research, look into things, look at all avenues and all opinions before making a decision. The Hanged One will just tell you that for now, when you can't force it, learn to surrender, and through that surrender, you may be afforded even more wisdom that can be gained via this laptop or going online, something from within, something that resonates, something that feels truthful for you emerges. And that's kind of, I'm seeing having to have left a toxic situation and receive some help to get away from it. You're learning how to love yourself again and how to control your mind a little more. There are dynamics changing for you. I see vacations, trips. I do see a solo journey. I see a journey to kind of gain some wisdom. And overall, it seems like this month ahead for you. Let's pull one card. What is this month ahead? What is June for Gemini? Well, it's your birthday season for a lot of you. Happy birthday to the Geminis that have already celebrated and still to come. What is this month of June about? The Page of Pentacles. Discovery, learning, communication, exchange of information that becomes valid and just vital even. All about perspective. You may be taking a course or just, it's all about discovery of new skills and discovery, self-discovery too. Enjoy it, Gemini. You've got a journey ahead, but you're gonna make it. Have a great month ahead. If you haven't subscribed already, please let me know. This is a different way I've decided to do the readings this June. For the general readings, it's Gemini season. It's Mercury retrograde as I'm recording. I said, why the hell not just do something a little different? Please let me know if you like this style, if you're familiar with my old style. Let me know in the comments how you liked this reading or if you preferred the old style. Thanks for watching.